Hi, this message is for people who are concerned that in the coming weeks they may lose their job for not complying with a certain situation. So those of you who are in that position, please grab something to write with while I speak to your employer for a minute. You do not own these people. You freaking rent these people. And do you know there's a word for employers who get to decide what goes into their employee's body? The word is pimp. Happy to be in that club? Step aside while I talk to your staff. Okay, folks, here's the thing. You got to stand strong. Unless you want to work for a pimp, your autonomy, your health, your wellness are the foundation of every part of your life. Here's some things you need to get done before the hammer comes down. So I am not an accountant or a financial advisor, so I suggest that you speak with one. But I'm going to give you some things to take a look at to be prepared to have that conversation with them. So the first thing you want to do is look into whether or not you'd be qualified for unemployment or any other public assistance if you were to lose your job, especially if you're a single mother. The second thing, look at your finances. What can go? What can you cut from your budget? Are you a homeowner? If so, the time to get a home equity line of credit is now while you have a steady paycheck. So talk to your banker about getting a home equity line of credit, which is taking advantage of the equity in your home to be able to have some liquid cash for a period of time before they realize they screwed up and they need to get you back because everybody else is getting, some serious effects. Okay, so take a look at a home equity line of credit because that's probably going to be the lowest interest rate you can get. Once you get that, wait until you get that, then you want to reach out to your credit card companies and see if you can raise your limit and reduce your interest rate. Just call them up, have a conversation. You don't tell them I might lose my job. Can you give me more money? You just ask I'd like to have an increase in my credit line. If you are a homeowner or even if you're renting, can you take a roommate on? Because you may have some colleagues that are in the same boat that you could work together, live together, and share expenses. Do you have relatives that would back you up on this? Do you have an expensive vehicle? Could you trade that in and downsize for a lower car payment? These are bridge activities. These are things you can do to get you from here, which is absurd, to whatever's happening next. So maybe you're going to retrain. Maybe you're going to change careers. Maybe you're going to start your own business. You have skill sets beyond what you're doing for your career. And so the other thing I would recommend doing is reach out to employment agencies. They are scrambling right now to fill vacancies. This economy is struggling because there are so many businesses that can't fully staff themselves, so they're struggling to find employees. So maybe it's a pay cut. I know there's health insurance issues to consider, but you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't already know a whole bunch of things that have led you to decide that you don't want that thing in your body. So the important message here is the time to act is now before that happens, because if you lose your job, and don't quit, you make them fire you. If you lose your job, and then you go to try to get a home equity line of credit, or then you try to get your credit rate or your credit card limits increased, they're not going to do it because you're not employed. So you need to get those things in order now. Okay? The last thing I'm going to say is someone very close to me went to a business event, and 80% of the people they talked to we're in the same page, on the same page as I am, as you are, as far as somebody else being able to decide what goes in your body. 80%, but every single one of them commented about how they're made to feel alone. So it is time to start speaking up. Not speaking up is not going to save your job, and it's not going to save your colleagues. Start finding out who else is in the same boat with you, and I assure you there are people in management who have also decided not to get the thing. And letting people know that you can fire me, but I'm not going to put it in my body, really makes them think like, oh, if that's not going to work, we're going to be screwed, because we're going to lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of our workforce because they're going to let us fire them, and then they're not going to be earning revenue for the company or the institution. So get your act together. But if you don't want to work for a pimp, and I'm so furious at your employers, and I know you are too, then you need to get your act together. You need to get things in order, and you need to be doing it now. Okay? Hang in there and hang together. Peace out, peeps.